and ladies of the press, distinguished stakeholders, members of the academic community, respected elders, students, alumni, and the good people of Abia State and Nigeria at large. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, sir.
This is a press conference through community by the Abia Youth Transparency Initiative, issued on this day, 13th day of February 2026, on the unnecessary disturbances through plans to disrupt the appointment of the 7th Vice Chancellor of Michael Okpara University of Agriculture, Mudike, a STEM warning to all concerned. We have called this press conference to address the ongoing discussions, concerns, and in some quarters, controversies surrounding the appointment process of a new Vice Chancellor for the Michael Okpara University of Agriculture, Mudike. This is an issue that touches the heart of our university's future, the integrity of its governance, and the values that define it as a federal institution of national and international repute. Let me begin by stating clearly and unequivocally the decisions of the Governing Council of the University to conduct the interview and selection process for the new Vice Chancellor in a manner it has chosen is the most appropriate, lawful, transparent, and peace-oriented course of action under the present circumstances. The Governing Council is acting within its statutory mandate. It is guided by established regulations, federal character principle, and enabling laws governing federal universities in Nigeria. This is nothing irregular. There is nothing irregular, unlawful, or suspicious about the decision to hold the interview process in Abuja or any other location it deems secure and conducive for fairness. Let us remind ourselves of a principle. Let us remind ourselves of a simple and undeniable fact. The interview and selection of the outgoing or the incumbent Vice Chancellor were also conducted in Abuja. At that time, there was no uproar. There was no allegation of bias. There were no orchestrated campaigns of misinformation. No one claimed that the venue compromised the process. No one raised arguments of local entitlement or geographical sentiments. So we must ask, what has changed now? Why should a process that was previously accepted without protest suddenly become controversial? What was wrong now that did not go wrong then? The answer is simple. The answer is simple and unfortunate desperation. We are aware that certain individuals and interest groups who consider themselves the alpha and omega of the university have mobilized themselves in an attempt to influence or disrupt the selection process. These individuals have, over time, cultivated a false sense of ownership over the institution. They behave as though the Michael Okpara University of Agriculture, Mudike is their private estate rather than a federal institution founded by taxpayers across the federation. Let it be made abundantly clear. The Michael Okpara University of Agriculture, Mudike is a federal university. It is owned by the Federal Republic of Nigeria. It belongs to every Nigerian, from Sokoto to Calabar, from Lagos to Maiduguri, from Enugu to Kano. No single individual, no clique, no so-called cabal, and no sectional group has the monopoly of its leadership. The position of the Vice Chancellor in the Federal University is not hereditary. It is not reserved for any family, clan, community, or ethnic group. It is not a birthright. It is not a trophy to be claimed on the basis of sentiment. It is a position of responsibility, integrity, scholarship, and national service. We have also been reliably informed that several individuals whose activities were capable of undermining peace and stability have been invited and cautioned by the appropriate security agencies, including the DSS. This would serve as a strong signal that the federal government and security institutions are monitoring the situation closely. This is not a threat to anyone. It is a reassurance to peace-loving citizens that law and order will be determined. Nigeria is a nation governed by law, not by intimidation or clandestine arrangement. By clandestine arrangement, any attempt to incite unrest, spread falsehood, or manipulate public opinion through fear or coercion will be resisted. Let us address another narrative that has been circulating. The argument that the Vice Chancellor, the argument that the Vice Chancellorship should by default go to an indigenous of Umudike or at least an Abian. Please, with due respect to our dear brothers and sisters from Abia and the host community, this line of reasoning is weak, baseless, contrary to the principles upon which federal institutions are established. Federal universities are not state universities. They are national institutions. While we deeply appreciate the hospitality, support, and partnership of the host community and the government of Abia State, we must not confuse location with ownership. The mere fact that an institution is situated in a particular state does not automatically confer exclusive right of leadership to indigenes of that state. If we are able to adopt such a principle nationwide, that will become a unity. What will become of unity, diversity, and the federal character of our country? Would universities in other states then exclude qualified Nigerians from other regions? Would merit give way to parochialism? Would excellence be sacrificed on the altar of sentiment? We must reject such a dangerous precedent. The Michael Okpara University is an academic institution of repute. Over the years, it has built a reputation for excellence in agricultural research, innovation, teaching, and community engagement. Each student comes from across Nigeria. Each staff represents various states and ethnic background. Its research collaborations extend beyond our borders. Its impact is national and global. Therefore, its Vice Chancellor must be selected on the basis of academic merit, proven administrative competence, visionary leadership, impeccable moral standing, and a track record of service. The office demands intellectual depth, strategic thinking, courage, transparency, and ability to unite diverse interests under a common vision. The process of selection must be insulated from undue pressure. It must be free from threats, inducement, ethnic lobbying, and clandestine manipulation. That is precisely why Governing Council has chosen to conduct the interview process in an environment it considered neutral, secure, and conducive to objectivity. Peace is not accidental, ladies and gentlemen. It is intentional. Fairness is not achieved by wishful thinking. It requires deliberate action. Council's position is rooted in the desire to preserve peace within the university community and to guarantee that every qualified candidate is assessed without fear or favor. We must also caution against the language of entitlement. No group should claim an automatic right to the vice chancellorship with argument rooted in geography alone. Such claims undermine meritocracy. They weaken institutions. They send the wrong signal to our students that identity is more important than competence. What message do we want to send to the next generation? That hard work, scholarship, and integrity are secondary to birthright? That excellence can be negotiated through pressure groups? That leadership can be achieved through agitation rather than earned through merit? We must be better than that. The Governing Council means well for the university. It means well for the host community. It means well for Abians. It means well for Nigerians at large. Its members are not enemies of the institution. They are custodians of its future. They understand the delicate balance required to sustain academic stability, financial prudence, and institutional growth. In times like this, we call on all stakeholders, academic, non-academic staff, students, alumni, community leaders, political actors, and civil society to exercise restraint. Let us not allow emotions to override reasons. Let us not permit selfish interest to overshadow the collective good. We also call on those who have been spreading inflammatory rhetorics, issuing veiled threats, or attempting to mobilize unrest to reconsider their actions. The university is not a battlefield. It is a temple of knowledge. It is a place where ideas are debated with civility, not imposed through intimidation. To the host community of Umudike, we say this: your partnership is valued, your contributions are acknowledged, your hospitality is appreciated. The university's growth has been intertwined with your own development. Our true leadership is built on mutual respect, not coercion. The best way to honor the university is to support a process that upholds fairness and excellence. To the government of Abia State, we reiterate that this is not a struggle against you. It is not a disregard for your identity or pride. On the contrary, selecting the most qualified and moral upright candidate, regardless of states or of origin, will bring honor to Abia State and strengthen its reputation as a place that champions merit and justice. To Nigerians everywhere, we affirm that the Michael Okpara University of Agriculture remains a national asset. Its leadership must reflect national standards. Its future must be shaped by competence and not conspiracy. We urge the Governing Council to remain steadfast, move forward with any decision you consider beneficial to all and sundry, in accordance with the law and established guidelines. Do not be distracted by noise. Do not be intimidated by desperate maneuvers. Do not succumb to pressure from individuals whose primary interest is personal gain rather than individual progress. History will judge this moment. Ladies and gentlemen, let us choose the path of integrity over expediency. Let us choose transparency over secrecy. Let us choose unity over division. Let us choose merit over mediocrity. The struggle between light and darkness is as old as humanity, but in the end, light always prevails. Truth stands test of time. Justice outlives manipulations. Institutions built on fairness endures. Those built on selfishness collapses. We stand today in defense of due process. We stand in defense of peace. We stand in defense of academic excellence. We stand in defense of the rights of every qualified Nigerian to aspire to leadership in federal institutions. Let no one mistake our position for hostility. Our stance is rooted in principle, not prejudice. It is anchored in law, not sentiment. It is guided by a vision of a stronger, more credible Michael Okpara University of Agriculture. In conclusion, we call on all parties to respect the authority and responsibility of the Governing Council, allow the process to run its course, allow merit to prevail, allow fairness to shine. Let us protect the integrity of our beloved university. Ladies and gentlemen, may wisdom guide our leaders. May peace reign in our campuses. May excellence define our future. And may light surely triumph over darkness. Thank you, and God bless the University of Agriculture, MOUAU. God bless Abia State, and God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. This is read out by Mr. Kano Maxwini, Coordinator, Abia Youth Initiative. Abia Youth Transparency Initiative, Abia Youth Transparency Initiative is signed by Mr. Kano, Coordinator, Abia Youth Transparency Initiative. Abia Youth Transparency Initiative.
Together we stand.
You're welcome.
I'm Dr. Kasimir Nejokera.
So what is your take on what he has just said?
What the leader said is the position of Abia Youth on the selection of Vice Chancellor. The position of the Governing Council to move the screening and the selection process to a neutral location is well applauded by us. It is for peace, it is for equity, it is for fairness, so that there won't be intimidation, so that no one will lay claim to what doesn't belong to him, what belongs to all of us, what doesn't belong to him personally, what belongs to all of us should be taken as what belongs to every one of us, not personally because it's been located to our place. This is our place actually, that is where the institution is, but it's owned by Nigeria.
Okay, sir, we heard from what you read that the incumbent VC was selected by the same protest in Abuja. What is your take on that, sir?
That was exactly what happened. They did it last time. It was done in Abuja, and everyone applauded it because there wasn't problem. Because anytime there's protests like this, it always generates tension. But if it is in a neutral place where everyone will be able to showcase his skill, his talent, his what, the intellect in him, and whatever, it is better. So we are in support. We were in support of the large process they did in Abuja, and the incumbent is really enjoying it. Everybody, it was peaceful actually. When he came back, we welcomed the process. Now they are also to do it there. We are supporting that they should go ahead and do it there. All we know is that we need a transparent, we need a competent person to emerge. We need someone who will continue to maintain the standard of the school. That is it.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.